We have a special guest today, Troy Zan from Survivor. Let's all introduce ourselves. This is for RealityNation.com. Let's go to the left and start with Mr. Allen.
Good afternoon, it's Alan. I'm from New York. I'm a Big Brother fan. I'm a Survivor, real Survivor fan, and happy to have Troy Zan here with us today.
Okay, and next we have Spicy.
Hello, everybody. It's Spicy Pants on Twitter, from RealityNation.com, Superpass, and CelebritySmash.com.
Okay, next we have...
Hey everybody, it's Eric. Reality Recaps on Twitter and YouTube from New York. So excited for Troy Zan. Yay.
I know, right? Go for it, Lisa.
Hi there, Lisa Cruz, just a long-time reality TV fan, and I'm just excited to be here. I'm from San Antonio, Texas.
And you guys know me, I'm Superfan Missy Z from superpass.real.com, also RealityNation.com, and I can't wait to get this hangout started. Who's next? He's shirtless. That's all I'm saying.
I know, he took his shirt off for us.
Woo, hot in here. Troy Zan, introduce yourself.
Okay. I just like watching everybody's faces. It's classic. I mean, I'm Troy Zan Robertson from Survivor One World. I think you all know me. What else? This is my hangout.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. Go for it, Michelle.
Alright, I'm Michelle from the Bronx. You guys can follow me under You Got Bronx on Twitter, and I'm a longtime Survivor fan, so let's get this thing going.
Okay, here we go. You know what? Troy Zan, let's give you the floor. What are you thinking of this season so far?
Well, I was jealous right off the bat because those guys got like a 90-minute, first episode, which I was jealous of because we only got an hour. And they had the intro video come back, which was great. I liked the way that the season started in the water. It was awesome with the way they had to jump off the boat and get into the raft, which is very Survivor-ish to me, and rowing to your camps. I really like that start. I mean, it's weird for me to watch it now as a fan again because I played, so I see it in a different way, and I'm super jealous of like a lot of things that are happening, especially water challenges because I'm a swimmer, and so far I like it. I didn't know what to expect. I thought, am I going to dislike it? Am I only going to like my season, better than anything else? But so far so good. There's a couple of duds that haven't said anything, which is weird to me. But so far I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, I like that.
So who are the duds that you're talking about?
Well, I mean, this Carter kid has said like one word last night, right? And that's like I think basically it for the season. So I'm thinking, how did he get cast? Because he's just a non-factor. He seems like an all right person, but as far as like speaking, I'm sure he's spoke at some point in 10 days or whatever, 9 days. But yeah, like non-factor and what's his name? Pete seemed a little bit in the beginning like kind of a dud as well, but he's kind of coming around. But yeah, Carter's the biggest dud to me. Like he just doesn't. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what his strategy is. I don't know what he's there for. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know anything.
So Carter just gets the.
He gets the dud award so far. Yeah, that's for me.
So who are you liking so far? Like, are you rooting for anybody?
Well, I liked Angie.
Liked was the word.
I mean, I love the cookies speech that was out there. That was classic. I mean, it was hilarious. Malcolm is really good. They're showing him a lot. Obviously, he must be going farther. He's getting like a great edit. He's doing very well. So I think, I don't know if I'm rooting for him yet. I love Mike Skupin just because I've met him. I like his personality. I like his demeanor. It's classic the way he's cutting himself every hour and every part of his body. So I'm kind of rooting for him. I don't know how well he's going to do just because I know how difficult it is to return and try to convince people to take you to the end. When you return, it's just there's a jealousy thing, and most people, myself included, if someone came back, I'd be like, okay, they got to go. At some point, they got to go quick.
Right.
So, but I'm rooting for him.
So it looks like everybody's in agreement. I love how we've just let Troyzan have the floor because, I mean, he's Troyzan. None of us has said anything to him.
Yeah, butt in.
Yeah, cut in, everybody. Alan, last night's episode. Happy with it? Unhappy with it? Let us know.
I mean, I love Survivor. You know, a bad Survivor is better than most other shows out there. But I don't know who's editing it this year. I mean, it just, you know, the beginning of the show last night, it was so much talk about Russell. I mean, we spent so much time at the beginning with Russell. We spent so much time talking at the end of the show with Russell, trying to, you know, make us think that maybe Russell is going to be, you know, staying. And it was just so much talk. We never even saw after the challenge. We never saw the folks using the steaks, cooking the steaks, using the tarp. You know, with one challenge, we really need another challenge. You need an immunity challenge, and you need a reward challenge. Whoever's editing this year, I mean, I think the same thing with Carter. I think maybe Carter's talking, and they're just editing it. Maybe they're trying to make us think like he's this, you know, quiet guy. It's all in the editing. So was I happy with last night's show? No, not really. Am I thrilled that Russell's gone? I think it was a long time coming. The problem now, too, I'm like Tarzan. I like Malcolm and Denise. But the problem Survivor always has is once a team is down and those folks merge with the other team, if they were to put those two folks with the other teams, you know they're going to be voted out first. So unless they do something dramatic like break it up into men versus women now or something like that, those two are just going to be gone. So I think that's a problem that Survivor has to figure out a way to fix.
Now, I know we do have some testosterone in here today, but ladies, did you see, like, last night where they were saying that, you know, once they do merge, they want the ladies to play together? Do you think that will happen? Can the women, like, not be catty and actually pull this off?
No. Not at all.
I think Dana needs to really step up her madness in this one.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, let's call a spade, you know?
Hey, you know, have some balls.
But I'm going to put it out there. That lesbian needs to fucking bring it.
Okay, speaking of balls, Eric.
Yes.
What do you think of, like, the challenge last night? I mean, what do you have to say? What can y'all, like, join in on?
I have a question, because I, like you, only got into Survivor like 3 seasons ago. So what's going to happen now if the Masting tribe loses? Because aren't they just going to have to vote against each other? So then it's like a tie, and then it just goes to rocks?
I see Troy. Go for it.
No, I don't think I think they're going to do something this next coming episode. They're going to either make just two tribes. It's going to be some kind of merge, some kind of weird thing they did with us, where you break eggs on yourself, and then you switch. There's going to be a switch up, because there's no way they're going to have a challenge, an immunity challenge, or a reward challenge with 2 against 2 other people. They're not going to have 4 people sit down from another tribe. That's not. I'm almost 100% that's not going to happen.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
So something's going to switch this week.
Well, didn't they one time on Survivor have one tribe that only had 1 girl left?
Yeah,
in it?
Stephanie.
And it was pathetic. Yeah, it was pathetic.
Yeah, but that was only 2 tribes. So I can see where they want to dwindle it down to 1 and give her a chance, you know, because going into as 1, you might be able to be the floater vote for, you know, when you're joined, you know, as 1 unit. But now there's still 3 tribes, but I think they're going to break that up. It's just,
I hope so.
You know, Malcolm and Denise are staying around. I'll guarantee they are staying around.
Hey, Troyzan, do you have a chef back there? Is he cooking? Because I would love for him to come and cook for me.
Do you smell something or you see something?
We see him.
No, my parents are in town visiting, and they're like hanging out in the kitchen. Like, I did another video thing last night, and I had a podcast, and my dad's walking in, and he doesn't even realize he's on camera. My mom sits down, and they're all talking.
Hi, Dad.
He's behind you. Hey, Dad.
What's up, Dad?
They can't see your face. You got to squat down.
This is me.
Yeah, then go down further. Squat down. There you go.
Yeah.
My dad was a state patrolman for 29 years in the Washington State Patrol.
Wow.
Washington State, love it.
Yes, and he's retired, and they're here visiting, so he's in there cooking.
So
Enjoy the weather.
if Spicy and I are ever in trouble, we can always call you up and hook up with your dad.
You can call my dad up, and he'll get you out of whatever. I got out of several tickets in my day.
Oh, in the lovely state of Seattle. Gotta love it.
Spokane,
Oh, that's awesome.
I'd like to go back to the whole with the 2 people with Malcolm and Denise. For next week, the preview, they're showing that somebody might be evacuated, and it looks like it might be sent. So they might just say, all right, you get one, you have an extra. They might separate the two of them at that point. So that might cover all the questions that you guys have on that.
I think you might have something, because I think Kent gets his knee finally gives out. I think that they're like, okay, we're going to replace Kent. Malcolm, you go there. Denise, you're going to the other side. It's 2 tribes. That's
right.
We're here you go.
That's the problem again. If they do that, these other 2 teams have never gone. Have never had to go to the. They're just going to vote off the 2 people. They've had so much time to bond. If somebody new comes in, they're just going to vote them off next. I mean, I don't think there's any way around that. That's kind of sad.
Well, I hope they have some sort of at least a week of immunity or something to give them a chance.
Right.
Well, but you see them scrambling for the immunity idol. So, if they find maybe they do find it, because you see them scrambling to find it big time, and.
Okay, so who does have a hidden immunity? Is it Abby?
Abby has one, the little bitch.
Crabby.
So you guys aren't liking her, huh?
I like her, actually.
I like her.
But she's spicy. She's spicy, and she's got a lot of fight in her, I think. The only thing I think that could really damage her in the future is her paranoia.
Temper.
She gets very paranoid. So if she can conquer that, I think she'll kick ass.
Yeah, but she doesn't know that Pete set her up.
Oh, she's got to know.
Well, I mean, at that time when she did that whole thing, I don't think that she knows, because Pete had that little off-camera time where he was like saying, well, they don't know, I just threw it there. So, maybe she might know after the fact, after going after RC, but it didn't seem like it then, unless that would be a really good job of being catty acting.
Her paranoia will never go away, because once you're paranoid out there, you're paranoid for the rest of the time. It just doesn't disappear. If she's paranoid with RC, she's going to be paranoid with every other person going along. That's her personality. That's the way she is. And she's not as confident as she thinks she is. And that's on the outside, but I think she's kind of insecure, really.
Let's talk about RC a little bit. What's your take on her? Nobody.
Okay. Go, Michelle.
I like her. I like her. I think she's getting good camera time, so that to me means that she's going to be there for a little while. And I think that she's going to come out ahead of this. Even if there is a mix-up of everything, she knows that there's an immunity idol. If she winds up going with like the other side and they bring their bucket of rice over that Malcolm and Denise have, that idol is sitting right there, So I still like her. I think everybody's got a fighting chance on this one. I really, really think that Abby has no intentions of letting all this go.
I think RC reminds me of somebody who's like a deer caught in the headlights. Like she just was like that. I'm not really liking her.
Go ahead, Spicy.
She doesn't do it for me. I don't even know what to say. I mean, it's not that I don't like her, but I don't know. I don't see her going very far. I'm kind of just blah with her. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, I agree with Spicy. I don't think there's much there. I mean, I don't love her. I don't hate her. It's just kind of like, yeah, blah, yeah.
Wow.
I love RC. I live and die for her. She's the best ever, because I need to disagree with you people. But seriously, no, I like her. She's Team New York. I think she's trying to deal with someone who's a little crazy. So, yeah, I think she's getting a bad at it, but I do like her.
Yeah, I like RC as well. I think that this particular episode didn't make her look very well, but the other ones did make her look very well. She's what's great at the challenges. I think she's very strong. And the thing is, when someone attacks you out there, like an Abby, which is to me is like she's a real bitch. Mm-hmm. It's like then it's hard to do things in front of everybody out there. So she's really walking on eggshells and trying to figure out the best way to get on the good side of everybody. Now she may be smart enough to get Lisa and the other guy artists, and we may not be seeing that. She may be talking to them, and if she's smart enough, we may see that later. It's just I think this episode was not good for her, but the first three were, in my opinion, she was pretty good.
Right.
So what are we thinking about Malcolm's gameplay and the way that he's playing, left on the mastings? I mean, between Denise and Russell being, sent out yesterday. What do you think of Malcolm?
So first of all, Malcolm is hot.
Yes.
I was waiting for somebody to say that, but Tracy has been really good
around
to
as long as you want.
Well, I got 25, 26 years on Malcolm, so come on now.
You're hot too, though.
It doesn't show not one bit, don't worry.
Well, should I stand up?
Yeah, honestly, everything they're on Hangout.
But I also think
So
that
we're all liking
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Malcolm.
I also think that Malcolm seems to be able to read people fairly well.
Yeah.
And I think that he might have the gumption to go and do his thing if he's not the one that gets medevaced out or whatever.
No, I like Malcolm, and my thought about Malcolm is I feel bad he got stuck on Russell's team. I think there's real potential there, and I think he's probably gonna, hopefully not, but probably gonna go home soon, and I hope he doesn't. So I think he's an interesting personality for the show. I like him, yeah.
I think he's definitely probably the strongest person out there right now, in my personal opinion. I mean, he's got the social game. He's likable. He is amazing in challenges. This guy, I think, could be our next Survivor.
Do you think he's a fan favorite?
Probably.
For me,
Too early to tell.
I think so. I think that he stands out more than most of the other people that are casted. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a Penna fan 100%.
Me too.
He sticks out, and if Penna loses Kent, I can see if there's some sort of merge that he would wind up working with Malcolm.
Interesting. Well, we do have a clip that we're going to share here in a couple seconds, probably like less than a couple seconds. We're going to watch this clip. I asked that everybody mute themselves, and you can do that by hitting the microphone in the upper right-hand corner. And let's go ahead and share this video, and then let's talk about it after we watch it.
Arthur's trying to insult my intelligence. She keeps on pushing me to talk to her. She's bullying me. She's so pushy. She knows exactly what she did. She's trying to act like she hasn't done anything. She went behind my back and took the clue when her and I had a deal. She betrayed me. She's done. I have nothing to talk to her. I don't know why she keeps on pushing me to talk to her about what happened yesterday. I don't want to. I want her to move on. I don't want her to be asking me to talk to her. I don't. If she wants to be on a good side with me, she better not question me. She better not ask me about what happened, or she's going to be pushing my buttons. She doesn't know who she's playing with.
Oh, I love that about her. I mean, she's got this 2 snaps up and a circle bit about her. Troyzan, what'd you think of that clip?
I still don't like her.
She was like, yo, I don't care, I'm going to get in my way, and that's it. I don't want to talk to her. I'm done. So that's what makes me think that she still doesn't know that Pete was the one that threw the clue out there.
I mean, is that really true? The stuff that she was saying, so she doesn't know what she's really talking about. So, and she's the kind of person, she talks like she's tough, but I can see right through that. She's not tough. I bet you there's something going to happen. She's going to get too much rain, or she's going to get injured. Something's going to happen. She's going to show her true colors. She's one of these, a big talker. She's a big talker.
She's already injured. She's got a wiped out knee.
Well, I just think she's a big talker so far. I don't know.
All I know is I hope that her and RC get into it, because I think RC is probably the kind of girl that is cool. She's cool until her wick just goes off, and then she probably explodes. So I would love to see some kind of
she's gonna go. Yeah, she'll go nutty.
I think it's stupid. I mean, it's way too early in the game for Abby to be, creating this much animosity. I mean, who knows if she's going to need, RC down the road at all. I mean, I don't know why she's shouting off her mouth. I really think it's going to bite her in the butt.
Because she's got the immunity dial. That's why she's doing it.
Yeah, but she won't have it forever.
Or does she?
No, she has it.
Well, but she buried it with Pete, who went back and stole the clues. So who's to say he didn't steal that immunity idol and moved it? Because that's what I would do if we were playing for $1 million.
Right.
Okay, so Troy, what do you think about the clues that's been given that the idol's like right underneath their nose? Where do you think it is that they're all searching? I mean, any insight you can give us? Is it really right under their nose there?
Yes, like it's on the rice, so it's like that's what they put the clue out under their nose. But most people think like when they think under something, so that's what I would have thought. That's what anybody in my tribe would have thought. Like, okay, it's under a tree or it's underneath something. It's in the sand, under something, not basically sitting on top of the box. You know what I mean? Like that's what's pretty good. Like the idol is actually part of the rice box. So it's a good. That's pretty good because
Corey, I want to ask you really quick. It's funny with Survivor because if you watch it long enough, you know that once, especially if it's been shot, Anyway, it seems like it's usually either a rainy season or a very nice season, and you got to go during a dry season. What is it like? Do you think it would be a lot harder doing it during like a rainy season like they are this time around?
Oh yeah, it's because we did have some rain. They didn't obviously show every single rainy day that we had, and there was a couple in particular where it's like rain for like a solid day and night, and then if your fire goes out, it is brutal, and you can't see how cold we are. They don't really show people, and I saw last night where it's just raining and and they start the show, and it's like a good 10, 15 seconds of just Malcolm just sitting there, just his face, no words, just rain. It's like, that's what it sucks. The rain is just, you can't get out, and you can't get away from it. And even if you have a tarp or a roof, there's always a drip that's hitting you in the head or drip hitting you in the shoulder while you're trying to sleep. It's like constantly having drips on you all night. It gets cold at night, colder than you think, and you can't start a fire, and fire is your life. I mean, you sit by the fire and get warm, you dry your clothes out by the fire, you have to eat because you have to boil water. It's like, and in the rain, if that goes out, you might sit there for a solid 24 hours, 48 hours maybe doing nothing. So for people that watch it, and they're like, oh, I could do that, that's no problem. Go sit in the rain for 48 hours and do nothing. Like, don't eat, do nothing but sit there, and then talk to me, and then you'll be like, oh, that shit sucks.
I could never do it, ever.
Yeah, that's why I was pretty happy. Who hit the ticking time clock? I was pretty happy yesterday that, I don't know, not so much happy, but they took the tarp instead of the food, the spices, and the little bit of food. I'd have never given up the steak. I mean, hello. I don't think any of us would have ever given up the steak. But I would have chose the tarp, too, because it is definitely a rainy season. They need to protect themselves. So yeah. I'm glad to see, and we'll see next week how, I wonder if now they have sunshine, it's not so raining, and they really needed that tarp or not.
I was reading that the rain was so bad that they were actually, we're complaining a little bit about the challenges. There were supposed to have been more water challenges, but because it rained so heavy, they had to actually abort a couple of the challenges they were going to do in the water. And then back to the under your nose for a second, the idol. I wasn't a Russell fan, but I thought the funniest thing last night was when he was walking around. He said, they're probably going to play, a clip of me walking around and with a flash on the clue, and that was funny. That was well done. I like that.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
Don't feel bad for the guy. He's a nice guy. He just doesn't know how to execute anything.
Right.
If you make production mad out there in any way, I would guarantee you they're going to get back at you. And, like he may have said something to them during it, whatever, and they're like, you know what? We're going to give you this edit, buddy. Watch this. We're going to make you look like a complete idiot. Like, and they can do that. They did that to a couple of our guys. You do not want to make production mad out there, or a camera guy mad, or a sound guy mad. Like they'll get back at you. They will.
Well, I saw on Twitter last night, some of the fans were tweeting out, what they thought of last night's episode, and I had seen where they had said about Russell talking with Denise about what happened to him when he was a child. What did you guys think of that? Is that like a sympathy thing, or was he being honest? Was he trying to explain himself? I didn't know how to take it. What's your thought?
I think that he was so self-absorbed after losing the challenge, and he felt like he was so entitled to be there that he was just trying to backtrack and cover his ass up.
Everybody agree? Eric, I see you shaking your head.
I agree. I think he was trying to cover his ass. They were trying to balance the edit a little bit. But I also agree with what Troyzan said. I think you always play two games. You play a game against everybody, and you play a game against production. In Survivor, in Big Brother, in all of them. I think you play two games.
So did his story only pull on my heartstrings and no one else is here?
Yeah, I get beat up all the time. What do I care?
I'm such a sucker, I would lose. I would lose. I'm such a sucker. I fell for the story. I'm just saying. I'm throwing it out there. I fell for it. I was like, oh, poor guy.
He went on way too strong, way too soon.
Yeah, he seems. I don't think that we'll see him back. Do you think, Roseanne?
No, and the thing is, people don't understand that. I know that we all say, oh, you're edited a certain way, or I was edited this way or that way. I mean, that's kind of true, but not really. It's like, and everyone that plays the game goes into the first days thinking like, I'm going to do this, and I have this strategy, and I'm going to fake them out this way or that way. That all gets thrown out the door on like day 3 or 4 or 5, because the real person inside your gut comes out, not this facade of who you want to present the world to. It's whatever's inside, whoever that is, comes out. You can't stop it. It just comes out, and that's who you become. So what Russell is, that's Russell on the inside. In his daily life, he may come across as this great guy, the praying, name of the Father and the Son with the cross and the whole, and that's him on the outside. But deep down inside, what you see in Survivor, that's who he is. That's who everybody is. If you have the ability to lie a little bit in your real life, you have the ability to lie a little bit in Survivor. If you can lie a lot on Survivor, you probably bullshit at your work, bullshit with your family, bullshit about everything, and that's who you are. So Russell is who he is. That's not an edit.
Spicy, I see you wanting to jump in here. Go for it, girl.
I just have to throw this out there. What is it with everybody bringing God into the reality shows, the competitive reality shows? And it's Survivor. It's been like repetitive season after season after season lately. And I mean, I'm not dogging anyone who believes in God. I mean, I believe in God. But would I take that out and put that out there in a competitive thing? Like, God, why aren't you here for me? Why am I not winning? And it's not only Survivor, it's on Big Brother. It's on a lot of these competitive shows, and I am sick of it.
Well, there's no Bible to swear on out there.
God doesn't watch reality TV, so.
Oh,
yeah. I don't think
Jesus.
Can you repeat that? Lisa, can you repeat that?
Said God doesn't watch reality TV.
We're going to stick with that. I liked it.
Russell wound up calling Jeff Jesus at one point. And
Lord.
I thought that was great because, Jeff, his veins in his neck popped out during that competition. I think that was the most I've ever seen his veins pop out of his neck. He's like, and look, he's popping out. And the next thing he's being called Lord. I thought it was great.
Yeah, that's classic. I've never seen Jeff get so fired up. I mean, I've watched Survivor since day one from Richard Hatch days, and I've never seen Jeff Probst getting so crazy with the challenges. He was out of his mind. I'm like, I really would like to ask him, dude, why'd you get so fired up? What was going on, man? Too many Red Bulls?
Red Bull on Survivor. I love it. Okay, we're gonna have to wrap this up for this week. We're going to have to wrap this up for this week. I would love to go longer, but we can't, unfortunately, today, Spicy, and I can't. Next week, hey, Troyzan, can we have you back?
I think you might be able to. It all depends on the time, It's like, I made a special time today, but it's like, I love doing this. I like, I'm a crazy fan, and I played the game. I still love it. I still like watching it, so this is great for me, and I'm always here, and so just let me know and let me know the time, and love to join in.
We love you, Troy.
Go ahead, Spicy.
I just said we love you, Troy. Thanks for joining us.
I know, we do.
Hi to everyone at realitynation.com.
Yes, shout out to realitynation.com. I want to thank everybody for being here today. We've had a great time. I would love for this to go longer, but you know what? We're going to reel you back in for next week.
That's what she said.
Don't forget to join us on Google Hangouts on Monday, where we talk about The Amazing Race, and on Thursdays, where we talk about Survivor. And don't forget, for all your reality wants and needs, you just always check out realitynation.com. They cover everything. I love it. Thanks, everyone. I hope that you have a great day. Troyzan, thanks for being shirtless.
Okay. Over out. Hey. No, right. Loved it.
All right, everyone. Have a great day.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.